Our top focus story on India first. A Pakistani diplomat was plotting a 26/11 style terror attack in India. He was targeting, and the plan was to target the US Consulate in Chennai and the Israeli Consulate in Dubai. Now the officer, Amir Zubair Siddiqui, he was posted in Colombo in Pakistan's High Commission in Sri Lanka. According to the National Investigation Agency, the Pakistani diplomat planned to bomb several places in India and perhaps simultaneously Chennai, Bengaluru and Vishakhapatnam, the Eastern Naval Command. Now an Interpol red corner notice is being sought against the Pakistani diplomat.
This is Amir Zubair Siddiqui, a diplomat at Pakistan High Commission in Colombo and also a terrorist. This rogue Pakistan diplomat is doubling up as a terror mastermind, using his posting at Pakistan High Commission in Colombo to plot terror strikes. Probe agency NIA has unmasked Pakistan's rogue diplomat Amir Zubair Siddiqui, who plotted terror strikes on US Consulate in 2012, an attack on Israeli Consulate in Bengaluru in 2014. Siddiqui also played crucial lead in Bengaluru blast in 2013, apart from plotting strikes on India's military bases in the south.
A terror plot by ISI in the southern state and the role of Pakistani diplomat came under the scanner after the arrest of Sri Lankan citizen Zakir Hussain in April 2014. Subsequently, the case was handed over to the NIA, which sent a team to Sri Lanka to investigate the case. Meanwhile, Pakistan had moved Siddiqui, the controversial diplomat, back to Islamabad. Now, NIA wants to pursue the case and even have red corner notice against him. They're moving Interpol for that.
After putting Siddiqui on its most wanted list, the NIA is sending a request to Interpol seeking red corner notice against the Pakistani diplomat, who was repatriated to Pakistan soon after his cover was blown in 2016.
And information sharing on a regular basis was taking place regarding this gentleman and his activities between Indian and American intelligence agencies. After India has had a clinching evidence against his activities, India has decided to put him on a national most wanted list.
While Amir Zubair Siddiqui will have diplomatic immunity, India hopes to name and shame Pakistan and its terror role. With Kamaljeet Sandhu, Bureau Report, India Today.
The information is that Amir Zubair Siddiqui wasn't operating alone. He was at the Pakistan High Commission in Colombo, but was operating with a number of other diplomats, Pakistani diplomats in Colombo, and was in touch with some Pakistan High Commission officials in Delhi. Their local contacts are under the scanner. And I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu, getting us the latest on the investigations. Kamal, the Indian link to this terror plot, what more do we know?
Gaurav, this is a 2014 case, so enough water has flown.
I'll try and reestablish that link with Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu in just a moment, but we will get you more on that story. Let's now shift focus. Let me take you to Pakistan, where the Pashtuns are up in arms. Thousands and thousands have rallied against the Pakistan Army and the ISI. Enforced disappearances, targeted killings, torture of Pashtuns by Pakistan's Punjabi-dominated army has people out on the streets, men, women and children. Some have gone to the extent of saying that the Pakistan Army's atrocities are worse than Genghis Khan. The Pakistani media, of course, on Pakistan Army's orders, they've blacked out these protests, but it's viral online. The chants were deafening. Thousands of Pashtun men, women and children assembled at Peshawar to protest against the Pakistan Army and ISI atrocities, targeted killings and enforced disappearances of Pashtuns. The protesters, led by a young Pashtun activist, Manzoor Pashtun, did not mince their words as they blamed the Pakistan Army and intelligence agencies for terror in the region. Even though media in Pakistan stands accused of blocking out the Pashtun protests, it made global headlines.
अब ये लोग नौजवान सामने आए हैं, ये मसले उठा रहे हैं, तो इनके मसले जो हैं इनके ऊपर बात होनी चाहिए। यानी ये कोई हल नहीं है कि आप जो मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया किसी दबाव में आके या खुद फैसला करके इनको कवरेज न दे। यानी ये कवरेज नहीं देंगे तो मेरे ख्याल में इनकी अपनी साख जो है मुतासिर होगी।
The protesters have demanded removal of military checkpoints, end to enforced disappearances, and a judicial commission to probe the missing Pashtuns. By some accounts, there were anything between 50 to 60,000 Pashtuns who assembled to participate in the protests. The protesters say their aim is to ensure that the Pakistan government prosecutes this man, Ehsanullah Ehsan of Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, for spreading terror in the region, and also this man, Pervez Musharraf, former military dictator and ex-president of Pakistan, for enforced disappearance of thousands of Pashtuns.
अवाम के इतने बड़े मसले को और इतने बड़े बड़े मसाइल को जिसकी बुनियाद पर लाखों की आवाम उमड़ आती है और शहर पेशावर में वो खुलेआम धरना कर लेती है और इसको कवरेज नहीं दी जाती है, इसका एक मकसद ये हो सकता है कि इन लोगों को महरूम रखना ही किसी का मखसूस मकसद है। वो किसका है? पाकिस्तानी इदारों को, पाकिस्तानी सियासतदानों को और पाकिस्तानी मीडिया को इसका निचोड़ निकालना होगा।
The Pashtuns are organized under the umbrella Pashtun Tahaffuz Movement, or PTM, which means Pashtun Protection Movement. The protesters have been receiving massive support in Pakistan's tribal region in the northwest, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. Simultaneous protests by Pashtuns were also organized in Germany, Sweden, Australia and Afghanistan. The first leg of the long march by the Pashtuns to Islamabad after the killing of a young budding Pashtun model, Naqibullah Mehsood, shook the Pakistani state. The protesters now plan the second phase of their movement in Lahore on April 22nd and Swat on the 29th of April. Bureau Report, India Today. And let me now get you an India Today special investigation. Dawood Ibrahim Kaskar is a UN designated international terror financer. He lives in Karachi in Pakistan. For the first time on television, here the main accused of the 1993 Mumbai blast himself talk about his multi-billion-dollar terror and real estate empire in the Gulf region. His phone conversation was intercepted and has been accessed exclusively by India Today's Arvind Ojha.
He might have cloistered himself at his White House in Karachi's Tony Clifton district. But that hasn't impinged on Dawood Ibrahim's ability to expand his business empire. From Singapore, South Asia to the Gulf, and to as far as Europe.
ठीक है, इंशाल्लाह कल मैं मालूम करवा लूंगा। और कोई डिमांड आ रहा है बिल्डिंग का?
एक दिन छोड़ के कोई ना कोई आती है। अभी 3 और बिल्डिंग, अभी जैसे 7 बिल्डिंग्स बिकी है और 3 बिल्डिंग्स की और इंक्वायरी, 6 बिल्डिंग्स की और इंक्वायरी चल रही है। लोग आते हैं, रोज कोई ना कोई आता है मिलने बिल्डिंग के लिए।
अच्छा,
मैंने इरफान भाई को बताया कि हमें आज एक्चुअली वो रीरा से कॉल आया था लैंड डिपार्टमेंट से।
हाँ।
India today has cracked the mystery, a compelling evidence of how the internationally wanted Don continued to advance his commercial enterprises across continents clandestinely. For the first time, the underworld crime lord is heard himself, divulging his massive business operations in Dubai, his nerve center in Asia and the Middle East.
मार्केट की क्या पोजीशन है?
अभी तक तो सही है, मार्केट स्ट्रांग है। अभी इस महीने में हो ये रहा है कि अच्छा माल लोग बेच नहीं रहे।
Yes, this is Dawood himself, speaking with a man called Yasir, his business agent in the UAE. This about his Benami real estate ventures in Dubai, investments in someone else's names to hide the identity of their real investor. Dawood Ibrahim, a global terrorist and India's most wanted, operates secretly. That's how he micromanages his hidden international business fronts from his Karachi safe house.
बिल्कुल कह लूंगा, पहले इसको अकाउंट भी खुल जाए और वो ट्रांसफर का मामला भी तो मैं इसको अकाउंट किया, दूसरा वो ट्रांसफर वाला मालूम कर लूंगा कि हो सकता है कि नहीं।
दो चीजें सबसे जरूरी है कि वो हमें एस्क्रो अकाउंट नंबर देगा और दूसरा जो उनकी रिवाइज ड्राइंग्स है हर बिल्डिंग की वो दुबई म्युनिसिपैलिटी के स्टैम्प के साथ दे दें।
सही है।
Dawood Ibrahim discussing one of Dubai's dazzling neighborhoods. Sophisticated apartments, townhouses, decked with stunning pergolas. Al Khail Heights is minutes away from the downtown. Evidence accessed by India Today points to Dawood Ibrahim's possible investments in this luxurious project. Launched ostensibly by a Dubai-based real estate group around 5 years ago. Intercepts from Dawood Ibrahim's phone call in 2014 to his agent Yasir in Dubai. Now in India Today's possession. The Don is heard taking briefs about every detail of the high-end project. From bank accounts, municipal permissions, advertising, media plan, ownership on paper, to buyer inquiries. Listen in first to Dawood Ibrahim's startling admission. His secret stakes in Al Khail Heights developed locally by a company called Texture.
मैंने इरफान भाई को बताया कि हमें आज एक्चुअली वो रीरा से कॉल आया था लैंड डिपार्टमेंट से कि लिंकेज जो ये अल खैल हाइट्स रेस है, दरअसल सिटी स्केप में हमारा स्टैंड भी था इस बार, तो उसमें हमने अल खैल हाइट्स के पोस्टर लगाए थे बड़े। तो आज उन्होंने फोन किया और कि आप ये अल खैल हाइट्स बेच रहे हो, तो मिराज की तरफ से हमें कोई इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है, तो कल अब हम डॉक्यूमेंट्स लेकर जा रहे हैं।
तो मिराज ने डॉक्यूमेंट तो आप लोगों ने दिया है ना?
जी, मिराज से टेक्सचर को दिए और टेक्सचर से हमने लिए। वो तो इशू नहीं है, लेकिन उनको फॉलो अप, उनको मतलब उनको जाके जाना जरूरी है। इंशाल्लाह ये अकाउंट मिल जाएगा तो उसके बाद कहने से
टेक्सचर पर कोई ऐसी कंडीशन तो नहीं थी ना कि तुम तुम्हारे नाम के अलावा किसी को नहीं दे सकते?
नहीं, ऐसी कोई कंडीशन नहीं थी, बल्कि मिराज ने टेक्सचर को ऑथराइजेशन लेटर दिया है, जो टेक्सचर आगे बिल्डिंग ओनर्स को ऑथराइज कर सकता है माल बेचने के लिए।
सही है।
Dawood examining progress in securing an escrow account for his Dubai front. Barely 4 years ago. a safe holding tank in real estate transactions, an intermediary account for buyers and sellers to place their funds while they complete property deals. You also heard how Dubai's land authorities reached out to his agent to demand documents for proposed sale of Al Khail estates. Now listen into Dawood discussing advertising and media plan for the same housing project.
क्या हुआ एडवर्टाइजिंग का?
एडवर्टाइजिंग का एग्रीमेंट तो मैंने साइन कर दिया है।
हाँ,
वो मीडिया प्लान जो है वो साइन किया अभी मैंने। तो अब उसका जो
अच्छा
आर्टवर्क होगा, जो डिजाइनिंग होगी, फिर वो डिजाइनिंग हमने मिरास में सबमिट करेंगे अप्रूवल के लिए।
ठीक है, उसमें पहल का नाम आएगा?
उसमें इरफान भाई से ये जब उनको मीडिया प्लान का बताया था, तो उनका ये कहना है कि डेवलप्ड बाय मिरास, अल खाइल हाइट्स, ओन्ड बाय टेक्सचर होल्डिंग, और किसी का नाम नहीं डालेंगे। बस अब ये है कि वो नंबर डालना जरूरी है। इंशाल्लाह उनसे
फोन नंबर लो।
जी, फोन नंबर 0800 वाला डालना पड़ेगा।
Dawood identified nowhere in the project. Two of the UAE's leading real estate companies shown as developers. That's how the wanted international criminal concealed his Benami stakes right under the nose of UAE authorities. And this is how Dawood Ibrahim took regular updates about potential buyers in 2014.
और कोई डिमांड आ रहा है बिल्डिंग का?
एक दिन छोड़ के कोई ना कोई आता ही है। अभी 3 और बिल्डिंग, अभी जैसे 7 बिल्डिंग्स बिकी है और 3 बिल्डिंग्स की और इंक्वायरी, 6 बिल्डिंग्स की और इंक्वायरी चल रही है। लोग आते हैं, रोज कोई ना कोई आता है मिलने बिल्डिंग के लिए।
अच्छा
भाई, आप ये कह रहे थे ना कि आपके भी कुछ जानने वाले हैं जो बिल्डिंग में इंटरेस्टेड हैं।
हाँ,
आप उनसे कह सकते हैं।
बिल्कुल कह लूंगा। पहले इसको अकाउंट है और वो ट्रांसफर का मामला भी, तो मैं इसको अकाउंट, दूसरा वो ट्रांसफर वाला मालूम कर लूंगा कि हो सकता है कि नहीं।
Straight from the horse's mouth, the underworld Don has himself revealed his underhanded financial deals. High time the international community tightened the noose around D Company's global business empire. With Arvind Oja, Bureau Report, India Today.
And that's a big story. 1,86,000 bulletproof jackets will be procured for the infantry soldiers of the Indian Army. It's a major contract through the capital procurement route. So 1,86,138 bulletproof jackets will be procured. The contract has just been signed. Now, this has been a long-standing requirement of the Indian Army, and finally the deal has been inked. What we are now being told, these will be manufactured in India. So it's a Make in India scheme under which these BPJs will be procured. The Ministry of Defence says world-class, lightweight, bulletproof jackets for the Indian Army soon. The new jackets will provide all-round protection in combat. The BPJs will start coming, the delivery will start this year, and all 1,86,000 bulletproof jackets will come over the next 3-year period.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.